Hello, friends, and welcome to your daily flow yoga, brief Vinyasa yoga flow. Today, we're going to spend some time opening up that upper back, the space right between your shoulder blades that can get particularly tight if you're sitting at a computer or looking down at a phone very much. And I'm going to sit up on a block. If you don't have a block, you can find a cushion or just sit down on your heels like this. But I like the little extra support that the block gives me. Finding your sits bones grounded down as two sort of sharp bones at the base of the spine. Let your eyes close. One nice inhale to feel your rib cage expand. One exhale to arrive on the mat. Take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers, making a fist. Make sure you're getting the palms of the heels of the palms together, the whole hand, so that there's not a ton of space in between the heels of your palms. Straighten your arms and feel a lift in your heart. So the shoulders open up and you feel your shoulder blades come together. Already, this is a pretty nice little heart opener and back bend. Then take that fist that you've made, if you can, all the way to your right ribs. Feel the right elbow reaching back and dropping down. So this is a big opener in that right shoulder right now. Now notice if you started to jut out your lower ribs. You see how mine are? And then see if you can pull them back, leaning into the left forearm that's right behind you there. If this is a little too intense, you can hold the forearm with your hand instead. But if you've got the fist, see if you can keep that. Really press back in those lower ribs as you inhale, expanding into that left forearm. And then exhale, let all of that go. Change the interlace of your hands, which just means move the fingers over one. And then see if you can get that fist to the left ribs. Same as before, notice if you're sticking out those low ribs and see if you can lean back, stacking your nice long tall spine over your sits bones, and then that left elbow, pull it back, drop both shoulder blades. As you inhale, feel the expansion into the right forearm. As you exhale, let it all go. Good. We're going to move on a little bit from there. So this time, taking both arms behind you, see if you can find the opposite elbows. So you can grab like this or anywhere really along the forearm that you can comfortably hold. Same deal. See how my low ribs are sticking out? I'm going to think about pressing them back into that space, which also helps ground me down into my block. Speaking of grounding down, feel the connection of your shins and the tops of your feet to the mat or the floor as you inhale, press up, coming into this modified camel pose. Really think about those forearms helping to lift the low ribs up as you actively press back into them. Lift your heart, and if it's comfortable for you, look up. Again, notice if you want to jam way back, that puts pressure on your low back. So instead, think about engaging those low ribs, and then if you lean back, it comes only from the space between the shoulder blades as you wrap your tailbone under. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Have a seat. And then we change the grip of the forearm. So this will feel a little less comfortable, a little less natural, just because it's the way you didn't want to go the first time. Same thing, find that stacking, find that engagement of the low ribs pressing into the forearms. And then as you inhale, press down to lift up. Wrapping the shoulder blades under, lifting up, using those forearms to help lift the low ribs, maybe leaning back some, but keeping that connection. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. We're going to do two more poses that I think will help give an even deeper opening. But of course, you're welcome to repeat that first set until it's more comfortable if you need to. Make your way into all fours, stacking the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the wrists. We're familiar with cat and cow, so we'll just quickly do a little cat and cow. Pull the heart forward, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round that tailbone under, tuck the chin. Coming back to your neutral spine, keep your hips stacked just as they are and walk your hands forward. So keep walking them forward. See if you can keep the hips nice and steady, trying to get the forehead down to the mat. Really actively engage through all 10 fingers. And then as you exhale, see if you can feel a release of the heart getting closer to the floor. This is called puppy pose. And you'll notice it's like a baby version of a dog, right? So as you inhale, go ahead and walk your hands back in. Then come to sit on your heels just to take a moment. So we're going to move into downward facing dog and see if we can find some of that camel and puppy influence, like a zoo in here. Go ahead and walk your hands forward first, engage your legs, find your plank, and then push up and back to downward facing dog. In this down dog today, bend your knees a lot. Your heels will come off the floor. That's okay. See if you can think about your heart reaching for your thighs. It probably won't make it, but see how close it can get. Your stomach will definitely touch your thighs. Then you can start to straighten your legs. Breathe. Energize all 10 fingers as they grip the floor and feel that release right between the shoulder blades. The tailbone reaches for the ceiling. The thighs pull you back in space. One more inhale. Exhale. Release the knees. Hips to heels. Child's pose. Breathe. The light that is in me bows to and honors the light that is in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like, share, and follow dailyflow.yoga.